Okay. Getting things set up here. Hey, Chris Wedgeworth, how you doing? Hey, Chris, you might want to go over and double check. They're supposed to be blowing up the bridge on live on YouTube at 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock now. So the Philadelphia Bridge. Yep. There's
Oh.
supposed to be a live stream over there where they're going to blow the bridge off of that ship that's in the Philadelphia harbor.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to go over and look and see if I could find it.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, David.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah. Yeah. Benvenuto. Buongiorno. Depending on bonjour. Depends on which country you're from. Yep. Oh, shit. So, what's been happening? Anything exciting?
Oh, we missed it.
Oh, no. Is it? Do they have a replay of it or?
I don't know. I might be able to back it up a little bit.
Okay.
Let me see if I can screen share this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There it is.
In the chat are wondering about the ship and cargo that's on the with those ship systems that are on board.
No, I would agree with you. I mean, you don't want anyone else on board but the ship dock there. We know that some
Global coverage of met Dr. Macagliano.
Oh dear.
Again, so now.
You're getting ready to blow it. They've got all these explosives lined up in here.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, and away we go. Mm.
Just like that.
Here we go again.
Boom.
We just want to say, you guys do the worst bloody controlled explosions ever.
Boom.
Got him in the UK, that ship would have gone with him. We don't mess around.
Yeah.
Half of it's still there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It just about scared a pigeon.
Yeah.
Guys, I think that's exactly what we're going to get out of the detonation. We didn't see any charges going down any lower than that.
Hmm.
And I can tell you guys, that was quite the concussion that we felt here.
Now, wouldn't it be good if there were explosives in them containers?
Yeah.
Boom and kaboom.
So that was the explosion that happened just a few minutes ago. The detonation, they called it, the detonation.
Detonation. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the link up here, just a minute.
Yeah.
I've been scrambling around here trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the chat up, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Oh, you're right.
10. Okay, should be up the top there,
And away we go.
and away
Come
we
on,
go.
everybody, join in.
Now, Chris is here, Mark's here, Skyfly,
Hey, Joel. Chris.
Just no one mentioned the football.
Okay.
Wait,
What
you
happened?
don't want us to mention your team losing at
Not my
football?
team. Not my team. Dominic's team.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My other team won. So I've got wins and losses.
Yeah, Liverpool drew 3-3, so now they can't even
Yeah.
make second place.
Yeah. This one won.
Did you guys
So that's
watch
good.
the new Young Sheldon where they finally killed the dad off?
No, we were actually watching the bridge blow up. They detonated the bridge in Philadelphia.
Oh, part
Yeah.
of it?
Yeah,
Wow.
to get it off the front of the ship.
They say detonated. It was more like sparking a few matches.
Well, I was watching the Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It
everybody's making,
wasn't anything special. The effects could have been a lot better in this than they were.
Yeah. Could have seen a couple of metal bars, flinging across the air and stuff like that.
Yeah. The only two pluses in it were the way they deployed the traps in this one with a remote control car and a drone.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear a little fish going, "Stop slamming that door."
There you go. You ready, Justin?
yeah.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
Oops, Dominic dropped out. Hey, Justin.
But, yeah, the whole Young Sheldon thing's going viral right now.
Why what happened on Young Sheldon?
They killed off the dad finally, because remember in Big Bang Theory, he talked about his dad dying when he was 14. Well, he hits the age of 14 in the last season. And they killed his dad off.
Right.
His dad had a heart attack driving down the road in the show.
A friend of mine had a heart attack driving down the road on the motorway. It's a good job he was actually driving home from work and not working,
Doesn't look like they got it off the bow of that ship too good,
because
did
at least he was only in a car and not in a big wagon and drag.
That's what happened to Macho Man Randy Savage, the wrestler. He was driving down the road and had a heart attack, and then wrecked into a telephone pole or something like that.
Yeah, he was only about 40 though when he died.
Dude, it's pouring here right now.
Well, we didn't get any rain or thunder today.
It's thunderstorms right now. Power already went out once. Knocked out for about 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Wasn't even long enough to reset the Wi-Fi. Actually, the Wi-Fi never reset. Surprisingly. Yeah, it's fucking coming down right now. I wasn't even expecting it to rain today. Although I hadn't looked at the weather today, but it didn't look like it was going to rain this morning.
I thought that was supposed to be in Baltimore, not Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was the Baltimore Bridge, right? Baltimore, Maryland, not Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that boat's been stuck there all this time.
Yep. Ever since the 22nd of February or something.
It's been a
The
while.
crew's still on the ship, or were they allowed to leave?
No, the crews are still on the ship.
I don't think I'd be happy about being on the ship while they blew up the bridge that was resting on it.
Well, you can
know,
bet
right?
you can bet they were astern.
All I'm saying is that demolition team, you better hope to God they know what they were doing before
Well,
that happened.
in my
Yeah.
mind, they kind of did, but they didn't. They said that the plan was they were going to blow all that superstructure and it was all going to slide off the ship. Well, you didn't. All you
It
saw
didn't.
was land on the ship.
There's a lot of math that goes into that, though. A lot of variables you got to think about, so it's not always
Well, the
perfect.
variables are the fact that it's got those containers crushed underneath it. So they're you know. So when in a perfect world, that metal once it was blown should have slid off the ship, but in the real world, it had so much stuff below it that probably snagged it.
Mm.
It's a lot of weight, though, too.
Yep.
I mean, if they just needed a crew on there to maintain the ship, they could have at least brought in a fresh crew just to monitor the ship while it's sitting there, let those guys go home. Jesus.
Don't know where they were from. Whether they were American crew members or whether they were foreigners.
Well,
I
the
should
ship
have.
I think is registered out of Taiwan.
Yeah. Well, Singapore wasn't it, I think, or something. Can't
Yeah,
remember now.
Singapore.
Somewhere out there, anyway.
Like I said, and then there's a lot of American companies that don't register their ships in America because it's cheaper. They find, these little islands and stuff that they can get cheap
Okay,
registration.
Chris is going back to work.
Mm.
What's up, Tim, Chris, Mark, Joel?
Thanks, Tim.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Who's
David.
going back to? Oh, Chris is going back to work, not Tim.
Hi, Dusty.
Are you ready?
But Dusty said, watch it in slow motion. There's 3 birds that were flying towards it. And when it went off, they were like, what the fuck?
Are you ready?
Has David actually printed something out?
I thought I had. Oh, what the bloody camera?
Yeah, make sure your shit's working before you hype it up like that.
Why is OBS not working?
If Liverpool had any chance whatsoever, they blew it tonight.
Let me see.
Well, they didn't have.
No, they couldn't catch him anyway. But they drew 3-3 tonight against Villa.
Oh yeah, I've seen that video before, Tim. The guy singing that song. Yeah, I've seen that before. I think actually we played it on here at one point. Somebody's show we played it on.
Fucking OBS. There it is.
Is
Now,
your
The hell
printer-
is that?
printer working now?
When it comes to OBS, you can say yes, it was the user. I fucked up. But when it comes to the 3D printer, you can't. Because all I'm going to say is this printer is 100 times better than the first one they sent.
What the fuck are you even printing?
You mean it works?
What does it look like I'm printing?
Honestly, I can't tell.
Yeah. Search me.
It looks like a top hat, and then I can't tell what the rest of it is.
No, that's the sports.
No, it looks like a top hat.
Now,
That's a
Uh,
coffee cup there, I think.
now that's the support.
I have no idea what that is. To be honest
Is
with you.
it one of these high heel remote control holders?
No,
Oh, it's a bird.
that circle thing.
It's a
is,
bird.
You're correct. It's a cockatiel.
Yeah, because I can see now I see that the feet. I could tell now I see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you managed to print it out without it being attacked?
Well, it's not defined yet. Wait till they figure out it's a bird. They see a 12-inch bird sitting on that fucking build plate. They're gonna flip out. Has anyone seen Paint on Hulu with Owen Wilson? Totally fun ass movie. No, I'll have to check that out.
Anybody seen one?
Paint with Owen Wilson on Hulu.
No.
The last couple of movies he made were kind of. I hadn't
I'm
really
Michael.
seen nothing from him. Let me see.
I just watched Ghostbusters and it was not worth waiting for.
Oh, that's the one. Okay,
new
Paint.
one?
Yeah. Yeah, he was watching.
Did you watch it, Justin?
Yeah, I've seen the new one. It was
You
okay.
like it?
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was okay for what it was.
The effects just weren't what they could have been.
Okay, Paint is the movie that Owen Wilson did that was like, I think it was about Bob Ross or whatever, or it portrayed Bob Ross. Yeah.
Oh, the guy whose paintings have never been seen.
Yeah. What do you mean never been seen?
Well, aren't they supposed to still be in his attic or something?
Oh no, they're in the museum, the Bob Ross Museum. But no, they've been seen because he used to do them on TV.
Hey, Lance. Hey,
Yeah,
Joe.
nobody's ever. They said that there's not actual Bob Ross on the market because they said that if you run across a Bob Ross that's like on eBay or something, it's totally fake because they've never released any of his paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Joe, how's it
Good.
go?
The last time I saw Tim, Jamie Foxx was doing good. I don't know if he's doing anything right now, but he
Joe,
was getting better.
Laura's not here, so keep talking.
That's good. That's good because I'm not in the mood for Laura today.
What's the matter, Joe?
Is that
Well, I
Lance?
got off the stream with y'all and I walked to the back. I was talking to Justin and I got a phone call from my cousin. And when I looked at the phone, because I've been trying to get a hold of his mother for a week. And she's 80 years old, right? And usually we talk 2 or 3 times a week, and I haven't talked to her in about a week and a half. So I saw Robert Albano Jr. and I went, oh shit. And I answered the phone because we don't talk that much. And we used to work EMS together. And I called up and said, yeah, what's up? And he goes, you know what's going on? I said, I have no idea. Seems she's been in a wheelchair because she had a problem with her foot and they wanted to keep her off her feet. And she goes to dialysis 3 times a week. So Saturday, a week ago, she decides to get out the wheelchair and walks out to the street to pick up the newspaper. And they found her in the street with a broken hip. So,
Oh, damn.
so they get her to the hospital, they do the operation, and she's all right. Then she gets an infection, and she's doing better because she's a fighter. She is a fighter. And then she started she was getting compacted because the medication was stopping all of that. So they had to get all that taken care of. Then she tried to get septic on them, having sepsis. Then she got better. And this is all in a week's time. And then all of a sudden, everything's just turned for the worse. And I went up there. I was at the hospital all day today. I left right after we got off. I just got back. And I tell you what, she might make it today and tomorrow. But it's time. But and it was funny because I walked in, everybody just looked, and Robert said, I just called you. I said, yeah, that's why I'm here. And he said, were you on this side? I said, no, I was on the North Shore. He said, you're like 30 minutes away, and you were here in 45 minutes. I said, yeah, it's like my mother, it's like my second mother.
Yeah.
And she recognized me, and she's been a little incoherent, but she recognized me, and she reached up and grabbed my hand, and I said, man, you better get out that bed. We got Mardi Gras to go to. She smiled, but I stayed there with her for a while, and the doctor came in and basically said that they're going to stop all the antibiotics and stop everything because it's hurting her more than right now because you could hear when I walked in, I could hear the fluid in the lungs. That's how bad it is. Just walking in the room.
They're just going to let her call it, huh?
Well, that's what the doctor said. He said, he said, one of two things can happen. He said, if I put her, she's on dialysis, and if they put her through dialysis, he says, we'll lose her because her blood pressure is too low. He said, so we can't do the dialysis. And if we keep pumping fluids in there, she's going to get more fluid in the lungs. So we're going to stop everything. And if she starts to look like she's in pain, we'll give her a little morphine like that, low doses of morphine. And he said, you never know. He said, the fluid could back off a little bit in the lungs and she could have a better, get better in a couple of days, or it just stay the same or get worse. And I knew it. And Rob and I worked EMS. He's still a paramedic. He works for West Wego. He's the head of West Wego. And he looked over at me and he said, what do you think? And I just looked at him and I said, you hear it too, right? He says, yeah, I hear it. And he kind of teared up a little bit. And I looked at it, he says, but I don't want her like this. I said, you're right. I don't want her like that. So we'll see. But I'm glad I got over there. I had to go. I had to drop everything and just get there. Because if she passes tonight and I didn't make it there, I'd be the one to feel bad. But she was like, she grew up within a half a block from us. We all were within half a block of each other for 30 years. And we played cards every Tuesday night. They had a fishing camp. We always go fishing. Parades, trips together. She's like a second mom, That's what she was always like. I still got birthday cards from her on my birthday with a $10 bill in it. Every birthday. Yeah, I got one in February, a birthday card with a $10 bill. That's Carol. But we're all right. Like I said, she's 80 years old. She's been having dialysis issues for 25 years. When she was in her 20s, they had to take a whole bunch of her colon out and everything else for Crohn's, and they didn't think she'd live 3 or 4 years. And that was in her 20s. So it's like she just turned 80. Yeah, she's a fighter. That's why I don't put it past her. Get out of this. And that's what I said. I said, look, you need to start resting right now and make a decision if you want to get better. That's what I told her. I said, if you want to get better, we're ready for you to come home. So, we'll see. no sad stuff. Everything's happy because, like I said, there's so many memories there, and it's not like it's something out of the blue. You know, she's been off and on sick for the last 4 or 5 years.
Dominic, you better not say anything, just in case Joe hears something.
How you doing, Dominic?
I'm doing a lot better. I'm just waiting for.
Still no
Um,
answer of you getting out?
Oh, are they talking about
Yeah.
taking your gallbladder out now?
Yeah. I'm getting an answer later this afternoon. They're just waiting for things to settle down because they can't operate on something that's a little bit dodgy.
Hey, Dominic, if we were closer, I got some alcohol and a knife. We could fix it.
Yeah.
I could watch your blood pressure as I'm doing it, you know?
Mm.
Well, as far as I know, your gallbladder is one of those things you can actually do without.
Without, yep.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah. You've had it if your spleen ruptures and hemorrhages, but you can actually do without it.
Mm.
Yeah, but if I took it out, I might take the wrong thing out, you know? Say, oh shoot, that's not the right thing. Hold on, man. We don't need it anyway. Flip it over, show
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can get another one.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Extra screws.
We'll find the right one in a minute.
What are we looking for? Something swollen and red. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you won't get
Exactly.
gold.
Yeah, if it's still they're saying it's still a little bit swollen, so they can't really do anything until it drops down a little bit. So we're hoping the next 24 hours.
Oh, you're gonna be
Your
in there
brother's
for
taking
another.
care of your cats for you?
My brother is.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in there for another couple days though if they take it out, huh?
Yeah.
Or
As far
recovery,
as I
yeah.
know, it's a day procedure.
Yeah, that's a quick thing. He'll probably be 1 day in after that at max. Because they don't want to keep you there. They don't have to.
Mm.
Like I said, they did my knee. The last knee they did on mine. I got there at 5 a.m. They prepped me at 7. I went in at 8:30, and I was walking up my stairs at 2 o'clock
Mhm.
with a knee replacement. Yeah, 4 hours. It was a 2.5 hour operation, hour in recovery, and I was home 30 minutes after that, walking up the stairs. That's freaky shit there. But it seems like when they get you in a place where they got the best looking nurses, they don't leave you there long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then I caught rain all the way over there and all the way back on the causeway, that 23-mile bridge. It was lightning popping everywhere, everything. I was hoping I could get back because of the flooding, but it's not going to start hitting us really bad till about another 2 hours.
Yeah,
We're in between gaps.
it's storming here pretty bad right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, thunder and lightning and rain is coming down. Warren, what's up?
Hey, Warren.
Nice.
And Sunstar, whoever Sunstar's name is.
Hey, Warren, Tim, Sir Cat, Sunstar, us. Joel.
Oh, fuck, my things aren't gonna be here till tomorrow. My monitors, because they were coming from a warehouse, and so UPS has them.
Right.
And they're gonna come pick the other ones up on Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess they've got to actually give you time to swap them over.
Well, they were supposed to be here today, but UPS said that they had a delivery backup or something in their system, and it would all parcels would be 1 day behind. I don't know. It could have been because of all those storms and everything in a couple states lately and all that.
Mm.
Like that doesn't work on your phone, Cool Cat. Well, at least
What
on
doesn't?
the @ symbol thing. I think it works on iPads and
Computers.
computers, but I don't think it works on phones to highlight somebody's name. I don't see the point in doing that any damn way. Be
It
honest with
does,
you.
I think. If you type it in with the @ symbol in front of it, it does work, I think.
I've never been
Yeah.
able to get it to work
Let me see, and I'll try it
on
and
my
see.
cell phone.
I'll try it right now on my phone and see,
Android,
because
yeah.
I know before you couldn't do it. Let's see here.
But it's only the person whose name it is that it's highlighted for. Nobody else sees it highlighted.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the list of names like the, let me see here. God damn it, go back. Let's see here.
I've on earth. If you type the @ symbol in on a computer, does it give you a list of everybody in the chat to pick from?
No, when I put the symbol up there, it gives me the person that's in the chat, his name, and you just highlight it or click on it.
Oh, as long as you're a moderator on a phone, all you do is click on the name of the person in the chat and it will give you a drop down menu which
Yeah.
says
What's up,
channel
Corey?
channel activity, go to channel, report or block.
I don't even do individual hellos. I just say, hey, everyone. I'm not sitting and typing 15 hellos in a chat.
Where is he? No, what? What I heard?
Hi, Mark.
Stop. No. Be quiet.
Yeah, it'd be 6 cores, 12 threads, rigger. Hey, i5 10th gen ain't bad, so.
They just showed on the news, some young bimbo was walking across stage for graduation. She got her diploma and ripped it up on stage.
What an idiot.
What a bimbo.
And they won't give her a new one.
Nope.
It's the same thing with AMD CPUs. You got 4 different numbers at the end, and then you have different letters that mean different things. You know, you have 5600X. You know, you got I, there's a whole bunch of different letters, and they all mean something else.
Oh, the other thing, I got a phone call from my editor. He asked me if I'm gonna be shooting the game on Friday at 5:30, the Mandeville game. And I texted him and I said, where is the game exactly? Because I heard it was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I didn't know the time. I was gonna find out tomorrow. I was gonna go over and talk to the coach. And he comes back and he goes, Shreveport. And I went, oh, hell no, I'm not going. I called him up and I said, I'm not driving 5 hours for a scrimmage game to shoot. There's no way, unless you pay me both ways. You have the whole works. I said, I quit. I'm not going to do it. He's laughing. He says, no, it's at Mandeville.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's going to be at the high school. They switched it. They're going to do it at the high school. I said, man, I still ought to quit. You know, just because you're an ass. That's what I told him.
Tim, you
He said,
better
I'm your
get
boss. I said, and you're an ass, you know?
Tim, you better get some money. You want to rise in 9/14th gen. Those things are fucking expensive.
So my game Friday is at 5:30 at the high school. That means I'm 5 minutes away.
There you go.
There is a God. Because he knew I didn't want to take that ride to Hattiesburg.
Well, he was just needling you. What he was doing.
Yeah, he came back and said Shreveport. And man, I come back, I called him right up, hit his number. I said, you got to be kidding me. I wouldn't put it past the coach though, because that's the kind of coach he is. He'd rather bring him to a place away and play a game with some other team. I was about to say, oh, hell no, not with this. I'm not doing it. They're going to be out there with cell phones trying to get pictures. And then I get the call right after that from Robert. It was back-to-back calls.
And that's when you shot out the door, right?
That's when I said, I gotta go. I looked at my son and I said, I gotta go. He was about to walk out.
Did you tell your son where you were going?
Yeah, I told him what was going on. He was listening to the conversation as he was leaving. He says, let me know what's going on.
that's
He
not a
called me when
bad
I was on my
deal.
way.
That's not a bad deal. Ryzen
So
9
all my family
5950X.
knows. Everybody but the crazy sister in Vegas. I can't get a hold of her.
Tim, they got a Ryzen 9 5950X, 16 cores, 32 threads for $363.
Hey, Justin, look,
What?
Hi, Daryl.
new.
Oh, for
Yeah,
fuck's
it's
sake.
fine. You happen to have a spare $360 odd.
That's a good deal, though, I'm saying. Oh, they got a Ryzen 7 5700X. 8 core, 16 threads for $149. That's not a bad deal. Wow.
Sam's Club gave me 5% cash back for the next year on the card, and Walmart credit card only gives me 2% cash back. So I use the
What?
Walmart credit card, and that's my everyday card, and I pay it off. So now I'll put that one away and start using this one, get the 5%. I'll switch it. I'd rather get 3% more back.
Well, yeah.
For another $10, you can get the one with the 8-core, 5800X, 8-core, 16 threads. An extra $10, you can get an extra core.
For $6, you can get 6 Boston creams, can't you, Paul?
That's, no, $8.99.
All right. $9 then.
I had a Boston cream honey bun last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they had 2 left at the dollar store, so I grabbed one.
Was it good?
I think the donuts would be better.
Mm.
Yeah, I love the Boston cream donut. Yep.
Yeah, they do donuts there. Walmart does donuts, and they got Krispy Kreme that does donuts. They'd have at Walmart. But every time I go to get the Boston creams, they have the cream filling, but it's more the icing filling. They don't have the the filling, so I won't buy them.
Which one were you talking about, Tim? The Ryzen 7 or the Ryzen 9?
We mainly get honey buns in Chinese bakeries. And the cream filled donuts. If it's got chocolate icing on the top, it's got fresh cream inside it. And if it's got coffee icing on the top, it's got coffee flavored cream inside, or coffee flavored custard inside it.
Oh, that might be good.
That one was $369, Tim. That's the Ryzen 9. It was the Ryzen 9 5950X, 16 cores, 32 threads for $363. It's not a bad deal. That Ryzen 7's not a bad deal though. 5800X, 8 core, 16 threads for $159. That is not a bad deal at all.
It's only not a bad deal if the rest of your gear can take it.
Well, mine could.
If it means you've got to upgrade a pile of stuff as well, then it becomes more
No,
expensive.
the only thing I'd have to really upgrade, the only thing I really need to upgrade in mine at some point is just a bigger power supply, but you're looking at $60 to $80. They're not that expensive.
Mhm.
But to put that in and a power supply, you'd be looking at about 250. It's not a bad deal.
And what speed increase will it give you that warrants it?
Corey, you want to send that to me? I'll take that for you. It's got an i9 12th gen 12900 HK, 14 cores, 20 threads running on its Plex server. Yeah, I have the same one as you. It's the Ryzen 5600X. Cool cat. And it's actually really good for gaming.
When it's got somebody that can actually play the games using it.
Because I had the Ryzen 5. I have another Ryzen 5 here in my stuff. It's a Ryzen 5 3500G, I think. I think it was. That was the one that originally came with my computer. And then Sean got a really good deal on Amazon one day when he was shopping and just sent me a Ryzen 5 5600X to put in my computer.
And Corey.
Yeah, because the Ryzen, the one I have is a 6-core 12 thread. Nah, it's all right. So Tim can't watch his movies. That's fine with me, Corey.
Hey, Paul, since I took that reoccurrent test, now all of a sudden I'm getting emails from the FAA telling me, like I got one today, it said VIP notice, there's a TFR in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I'm getting these now whenever there's a TFR somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
time I've ever seen these.
We have a thing in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
The CAA sends stuff out if you subscribe to their free service. What's it, Skywise or something it's called, and they send all the TFRs out to you.
Yeah, this is a good deal because it's also got a link for NOTAMs for the area.
This does too,
Yeah,
and I
that's
always
good. I like that.
I have a Facebook page for UK flight regulations from the CAA, and I post all of them on there when I get them.
Oh, I got something to share with you guys.
See what you got here, Mark.
You ready for this?
Oh, dude, yeah, jump on that, Rigger, if you got the money.
There you go.
Been delivered. You can expect
Front
your
door
refund
porch.
by May the 15th.
There you go.
Well, that's the day after tomorrow.
Yep.
32, 1 terabyte. That's not a bad deal, to be honest with you. Rigger. Now, is that Canadian or American?
A Canadian or American?
Well, I was asking
Well,
what
if
the currency
it's
for it.
Canadian, it's an even better deal.
Why is that?
Because
Because they pay a lot more for stuff than we do.
Canadian dollar is worth a lot less than an American dollar.
That's his whole point.
so if it's one Canadian dollar, it's only something like 80 American cents.
Yeah, so if that's a Canadian price, that's not bad.
Yeah, Rigger says that's Canadian. It's Canadian dollar. CAD.
Yeah, I would definitely jump on that, Rigger, if you have if you can do it.
Now, how much was it?
549.
Echo, what's 549 Canadian dollars in US dollars?
549 Canadian dollars is about 401 US dollars and 61 cents.
And there you go, 401 US dollars.
So it's a pre-build. It comes with an RX 550 4GB GPU, which isn't the best, but it will definitely work. Intel Core i7 processor, 32 gigs of RAM DDR4, 1 terabyte SSD, and it comes with RGB fan gaming and mouse on Windows 10 Pro. It's not bad for 549.
Trouble is, with us, all them deals that I was telling you about, for the pre-built stuff here, I'll add the 1060 graphics card in, which usually now will be useless when they all upgrade to the new format.
So it does support DirectX 12, which is good. That's what a lot of the latest games are using. That's not a bad deal. Got a i7 6700.
Guys, I'm dropping off. One of my cockatiels is injured, so
All right.
The
Hey,
one you're
David.
printing or a real one?
no real one.
How's Laura's
Right,
mum
okay.
doing? Better?
Yeah, she's doing all right, but I have to go and deal with this. That's why this.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't say. Is that a 550 watt power supply? Doesn't say. Yeah, why not, Rigger?
Touch it up. Move, move.
Well, hopefully you can get something soon, Rigger.
Wow, it feels good to stand up and move around a little bit. Just getting old sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
We all can't be like young chickens like that Joe America.
Yeah, right. I was sitting in the chair at the hospital, had my foot sideways, got up and my ankle hurt.
If Joe's young, I'm a freaking infant.
Well, you act like one. No.
Good one.
It is
Gotcha. You
crazy.
set yourself up.
It's crazy the way that getting older means you hurt more from not actually doing anything.
Right. I'm still hurting from rolling down that hill the other day. My hip still hurts. My arm still hurts.
Yeah, well, that's a stupid thing to do. Rolling down a hill at your age is not sensible.
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose, believe me. My son wants
I
to get me
thought
to go kayaking. I'd never make it out of the boat.
Somebody told me all your senses and everything get better the older you get.
Yeah, right.
You know, like
Really?
vision and
Well,
all
one
that
thing's for
stuff. And
sure, if you're able to get it up, it doesn't last long.
no, for fuck's sake.
That all depends
for
on
yourself.
what medications they give you.
Speak for yourself, Paul.
I remember when I was young and vibrant, I used to go all night long. No way.
Oh, I've got enough medications to still do that.
Oh, you take the pill, do you? All right.
I
No.
go all night long.
I did take the pills, but they don't work well enough. So what I have is way more stronger than that.
Well, you know what? With Justin's experience, he could take a pipe cleaner and stick it down there permanently. You know.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, I still
Yeah.
go. I still go all night long. That's because I can't find a place I'm going to.
Yeah. Okay.
I get lost.
Well,
Can't
I
remember
go
where I
on
was
and
going.
off all night long, but it's going in to take a pill. You know,
That's the one thing that I
when I
don't
was
do.
younger, you used to really have a stream. You know, it's just like now it's a little.
Now I got to walk over the toilet where I lean forward where my arm hits the wall, where I can
Yeah.
lean forward to
Yeah,
make sure it drops in.
make sure it goes in.
It's either that or sit down.
I find it much easier to sit down with my eyesight. You never know where it's going to go.
Yeah, I gotta watch whether it drops in too, but it's just because it hangs that low.
Well, when I sit down, my balls hang in the
No,
toilet.
go, for
those
fuck's
swirls.
sake.
So I have to dry them off when I get up.
Oh my God, Paul, too much information.
Hey,
And there's two
we all
ways
know,
to do
Justin.
it. You towel it off, or you stand in front of the heater.
Oh my God, that's so gross.
Or you get one of
Justin?
them B-days that squirts water and then hot air to dry them again.
Yeah, there you go.
You got any kids close by, Justin?
Justin, that's what you
I
got
got my
to look
headphones on.
forward to, buddy.
Well, you know, I understand that you're talking about dropping it in. That's because you put Sarah on her head, you know?
Oh.
That's the only way you can drop it in.
Cool cat still, he goes like a horse. Huh? That a boy.
My cousin's mom and
What,
dad
you
used
mean
to
they
go at it.
open the gate and you run and jump across 4 fences?
My cousin's mom and dad used to go at it all the time. His favorite thing was I'm gonna bust your ass and all of this. And they were going at it one night. We were playing cards and we're all sitting there drinking. And he says, woman, I'm winning tonight, so you better be ready tonight. He said, I'm gonna get some of that stuff. And he said, she turned around, she said, well, the only way is if I stand on my head and you drop it in. I spit Coke all over the place. And Carol says, Mom.
Oh, you got to watch it. Spilling that little white powder thing, you know, it's expensive.
Did you see the cousin I'm telling you about today? Her mama, Irene, was in the hospital while I was working EMS, and she was incoherent and she had to be transported to a nursing home.
Yeah.
So they asked me if I'd do the transport because they were going through American Medical Response. And I said, sure. And she wasn't talking to anybody. She was incoherent, the whole works. I picked her up at Baptist Hospital in New Orleans and transported to Slidell about 35 minutes. When I got in the unit, I checked blood pressure, got everything done, and I'm sitting there. She turns over, looks at me, and starts talking to me like we'd been sitting there all along, like nothing wrong. We had a whole conversation all the way to Slidell. She asked me how everybody was doing. I said, everybody's doing good. I mean, it was like I was thinking, what are they talking about?
She
talking
had a
to me.
moment of clarity.
Yeah, it was perfect clarity, right? And because we used to all hang out together, like I said, all of us. And I took her to the nursing home, checked her in, came back, and I looked at her and I said, you gonna be all right? I said, Miss Irene, you gonna be all right? She goes, yeah, I'm gonna be all right. Where's my daughter? I said, my mom and Carol's on her way. They'll be in a little bit. Okay. So I love you. Wouldn't give her a hug. Walked out, got in the unit, drove about 3 blocks down the road, stopped to get a sandwich. And my wife calls me and she says, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in
Okay.
Slidell." She goes, "Irene died."
Mm.
I went, "Irene who?" Like that. Irene who? Irene died.
Yeah.
I said, "Who are you talking about?" She goes, "Didn't you just transport her?" I said, "I just dropped her off. She died." I said, "What are you talking about?" Apparently, Carol walked in the room, went over, hugged the mama, and then she died.
That moment of
Oh,
clarity. They
Is
get
that
way
crazy?
suddenly before they go.
oh,
Yeah.
what the hell, Matt?
And Robert, my cousin that called me today, he looked at me and he says, "I am so glad you were the one." And I said, "Let me explain something to y'all before you say anything." We had a conversation about parades. We had a conversation, everything we used to do. Like she was reminiscing. I said, she asked me where Carol was, your mama, you
Donald,
know? And he said, "I'm glad it was you." Because that may have gave her 30 minutes
Jody.
back in her life, you know? But I was glad I was there. That's
Did
the other
you-
reason I took off today. I wanted to make sure I got there.
You see what Matt put in the chat?
What?
He said, if
Matt,
I
you know.
stretch my ball bag out, I
Matt.
can glide like a sugar glider from tree to tree.
a flying squirrel.
Good for him.
Paul's like, good for him.
Yeah, but then when he lands,
If you do it, have somebody take pictures.
but when he lands in the tree, he's got to watch out for them sugar gliders. They'll be jumping over hollering, "Matty."
Guess they call gay bars trees these days.
There you go, Joe.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Well, hello to everybody in the chat that I've missed.
What's
Been
that?
discussing. I was just going to say hello to everybody in the chat that I've missed. We've
Okay.
been discussing various things with various doctors. So let's hope we get a resolution today.
So what time is it there right now?
7:45.
In the
Oh,
morning?
sorry, 8 o'clock. 8
Okay,
o'clock in the
so
morning.
What
Yeah,
time?
sorry.
What time's the doctor
Yeah,
usually make his regular
in the
rounds?
morning.
Like 10
They've
o'clock,
already
11
made,
o'clock?
well, they've already made one set of rounds, and they said that I've already, I can already have breakfast because it's probably not going to happen for at least 12 hours. So, yeah.
Are they just taking a
Just get
portion
this-
out or the whole thing?
Don't know yet. They're still discussing.
I don't think they take just part of the gallbladder out. I'm pretty sure they'll take it all.
Take the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
When they
It's-
took
it's-
my
I don't know.
gallbladder out, it was so bad, it calcified. And the surgeon kept it in a glass because it looked like a light bulb and it was just solid. He says, and he showed it around. He says, "I've never seen anything like that before."
Paul's contribution
feel
to
better,
medical
Jody.
science.
It was calcified. My
So Dominic, did the doctor tell you had a lot of gall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, them bloody French, they can get blamed for everything.
Yeah.
So Tim is back to work, I take it.
Just don't do like I do, waking up from anesthesia saying Obama was the fault for everything.
Yeah. I remember.
Oh, he can
I
say
remember to
that in
say something
Australia.
like that.
That's not a problem.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
would be
beginning.
I don't remember it, but the nurse after I woke up and I like actually came to and I was like coherent. She was like, she goes, we were laughing. I was like, why? She goes, because you kept saying it was all Obama's fault. I was like, what?
It is.
I
It
usually
is.
ask the nurses that have any tattoos and cannot see them.
Oh, definitely. I know that, Michael.
Well, Dominic
Okay.
can just blame Ned Kelly.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Tuesday there. So yeah, it's Tuesday morning, right, Tim?
Yeah, it's Tuesday morning here. Tuesday, not Tuesday.
And it's 8:05 in the morning there.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
No,
Wednesday.
chew.
Chew,
You know, when,
as in-
when it's
as
like
in Chewbacca.
eating. No, it's chew as in eating. Tuesday.
No, it's
Yeah.
No,
Chewbacca.
it's Tuesday. Tues. Tuesday.
It's
It's
Tuesday.
not- It's not CHUS.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, how do you say it?
He says Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
So it's not Chewbacca then? I've been saying it wrong all these years.
There you go. I've
No,
put it in the chat.
It's
Is it
Chewbacca.
Tuesday
Or
or
Tuesday.
Tuesday? As in two.
Yep.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Or Mardi.
Yeah. It depends on depends on which
Oh.
language you're speaking.
Or Dienstag.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it is in Spanish.
Oh, what's his
Mañana.
what's his name? No, Mañana's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, Tuesday is tomorrow, but I don't think that
Yeah,
counts.
exactly. That's what I said. Mañana, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Not here.
Not here. Well,
Martes. Tuesday in Spanish is Martes. I think it's Mercoledì in Italian.
I must have missed it. Did they give you a date?
Not yet.
Well, let them know that you got to be on the stream in the morning before they could do anything. And then you
Yeah.
can get off the stream.
Martedì. Yeah, because mate in Spanish and martedì in Italian.
And they can't do it on Thursday
Yeah,
because then it'll knock you 100% off.
yeah. I was able to get on for 5 minutes on the last Thursday because I just got into the hospital. I got into the bed that day and fell asleep, and they went, shit, it's midday, because it happens at midday here. And I thought, oh, okay. So I got in, hit the button, said hello everybody, and then went back to sleep.
So actually you're 99.99%.
All I have to do is 100% participation.
That's all you need.
All I have to do is keep watching. I think I watched about the first hour and then fell asleep.
I tell you what, you stay in the hospital much longer, you're going to gain weight.
Wasn't that we
No.
didn't catch it, Tim? It's just you were telling us stuff we already knew.
Oh,
And
Tim
is the
was saying something?
Is the coffee any good, or are you sending them all out to Starbucks?
Rigor mortis says
To
mountain bike
answer
in
that
Germany
question,
is a mountain bike.
to That's the sort of thing I'm getting as coffee. So I'm rushing down to the local 7-Eleven because we don't do Starbucks here.
Uh-huh.
7-Eleven is where I get my coffee. So
I never get coffee when I'm in hospital. I always have tea. They can't make
exactly.
much of a mess of tea.
Oh,
In
they
Buy
hospital,
did
or
crap
earlier.
tea bags, like, but
is it in hospital or in the hospital?
it's in hospital. In the hospital is a specific hospital. In hospital means it could be any.
Generic hospital.
Yeah, but if you were
The
gonna be
hospital.
specific, you would say the name of the hospital.
Well, see, I'm in the hospital, but in hospital I have a different. I don't have good coffee. So we're just talking about the
In
hospital
any
in
hospital,
general.
they don't have good coffee.
I know, but I'm just saying in hospital. That's in hospital as in a general terminology around every hospital, whereas in the hospital is the hospital I'm currently in. So
Or in this hospital, even.
yes,
Here comes David.
David's back.
To all. In hospital is exactly in the hospital.
Ron, what's up,
Yes.
Ron?
Just in Lancashire
There's Ron.
and Manchester and Yorkshire, we missed the out.
Oh shit, it's Ron.
So
Yeah.
hospital.
What's up,
Hey,
Ron? How
Ron.
you doing, man?
Hey,
How
Ron.
you doing?
What's
Long
up?
time no see, buddy.
Hey, Ron. Ron, don't want to scare you, but there's a bear behind you.
Can't hear you.
How's everybody?
Good.
Oh,
How are
good.
you doing?
We're fine.
Could be better.
How's Ron? Yeah. How's Don?
Not good.
No.
He's been in the
We
hospital
kind-
for about 10 days, and then 3 nights ago I got a phone call that he was life flighted to another hospital in Montana.
Ron, your volume is real low.
Uh,
We had a suspicion as to why that's why you weren't around.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
better.
is that better?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Any of us under 40 can hear you fine.
Remember, I'm on the Samsung mic.
You should be able to go down to your audio setting and turn it up a little.
He's just checking his settings now by the sounds of what he just said.
Mm,
Is that better, Paul?
That's a little
that
better.
is
Is that better?
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
enough.
That is.
1 or 2?
Say something then, Ron.
2 or 3?
Yeah, that's why I reached out to you the other day because everybody kept asking where you were at.
Yeah, it's life's been kind of crazy.
Yep.
How's the job going?
Job's going real well. Should have my head examined, but I'm heading up to North Dakota tomorrow.
Hmm.
Work a helicopter shift. I'm ready to give that up though. But no,
Well, you
Dawn,
you gotta be getting tired of the drive.
yeah, I haven't been up there in a couple months.
It's nice to keep your hours in though.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost got to go see Dawn yesterday. I was working, and we transfer a lot of patients from Gillette, Wyoming to Billings, Montana. It's a big facility. And he was life flighted there this past Friday morning. Well, out of the hospital that he was in, but
Uh-huh.
So he's not doing good.
no, he's at end of life. It just, I guess what they call is like palliative care at this point.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
keep him,
surprised they're,
just keep him comfortable until the end, right?
yeah, the nurse practitioner, that's been taking over his care, she is really, 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 really smart. And she talked to him about quality versus quantity. So,
Here's the forecast for tomorrow in Port Huron. Look for showers with a high of 55 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 47 degrees.
but, yeah, I've just been busy with between that and work, and I had my friend here from Pennsylvania who met Don a couple years ago, and the two of them really hit it off, and I was here with him for 5 days, and yeah, I don't even remember the last time I was on a live stream anywhere, to be honest with you.
Been a while. Everybody, once in a while they go, anybody heard from Ron? Anybody heard from Ron?
Yeah, well, I pop in and watch you guys every once in a while. Hope everybody's doing well. I finally broke down and went out with a camera the other night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, with
Because I was waiting for you to do that. Because I know that you love
May
doing
share,
that.
Paul.
And you would be the best person to do it as well, Ron. So
let me find Paul, if I could share. Share screen. There we go. Yes, the Northern Lights were out the other night. Can you guys see that?
For the past couple of nights they've been out. Yeah.
Yeah. This is over at Devil's Tower.
mm,
Yeah, it's got some pretty pictures. Yeah, it's
That's nice.
been,
Joe's been ghost hunting.
yeah, it was fun. I was over there until about 11, 12 o'clock at night. But
I like that one. The second one you show, that's if we've already, because
Well, I think the Northern Lights are pretty much done for now.
yeah,
yeah,
well, they are. So then on to the next one.
yeah, in a couple of weeks' time, I think.
Hope so.
yeah, they said it was the strongest geometric magnetic storm in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We went all the
Yeah.
way up to 9.
that's it. What got me is that last night, Paul Brown said that the KP index for him was 10.3. And considering the
actually-
scale stops at 9, it can't get to 10.3.
I actually saw someone post 10.67.
Wow.
It was a screenshot. Someone had a screenshot of UAV forecast with 10.67 on it.
Which is daft because the scale, the Keplerian scale only goes from 0 to 9.
Mm.
Oh, is that the highest it's supposed to go? 9?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, when it gets to 9, it's classified as 9 plus.
you know what's kind of neat was
Level 5.
I was kind of back in the park, and I needed a flashlight or my phone to kind of see what I was doing with the camera a little bit, and all of a sudden it got so bright I didn't need a flashlight anymore.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there've been some good pictures posted on Facebook, and there's been some pretty indifferent ones. And there's been some quite funny ones where people have taken a photograph of the night sky and scribbled in marker
Yeah.
pen
Colours.
across it.
Oh, well.
They blew up the Baltimore Bridge today.
Yes.
What?
They blew up the Baltimore Bridge. The one that landed on the ship
Oh, yeah.
at 5 o'clock Eastern time. You can probably go back and see it.
Yeah, they blew it up and left it on the ship.
Yeah.
Are they gonna repair that or?
No, they're scrap it, but they had to, the theory was they were going to blow it off and it was going to slide off the ship into the water and they could move the ship out of there. Well, all it ended up with was a bunch of broken metal on top of the ship.
Oh, shit.
Of
Best laid plans, you know.
mice and men.
Hmm.
Yep. They needed oh damn, what's his name?
So is that ship stuck there at the bridge?
Yeah. It's still stuck under the wreckage of the bridge.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
2 months later.
Hmm.
Who is it they needed? Damn, I can't remember his name. David's gone on it again.
Hmm.
The bloke from Yorkshire that was always climbing up chimneys and things and blowing them up. Fred Dibner.
Yeah.
They need Fred Dibner.
Yep.
He could even demolish factory chimneys without using gunpowder. He just used to take a few bricks out, put some wooden supports in, and then set fire to the bottom of it.
Always an ad.
Hmm.
There you go, Ron.
All right. Yeah, that guy was crazy.
Boom.
Yeah.
Climbing up the ladders on the sides of 200-foot tall chimneys
Yeah.
with no safety harnesses or anything.
Hmm.
So that, they can't cut that bridge away.
No, evidently this was the better way to do it because see all those containers, there's stacks of containers that are crushed underneath it.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Well, they're still underneath it.
Yep.
Wonder what plan B is.
Good question. If there is,
Plasma cutting torch.
well, hey, you know all those big cranes they had out there. It showed earlier. They started the video at 3 o'clock and they did a commentary up until the bridge blew, and they panned around and showed all the big cranes were around the corner hiding.
Oh,
David is having trouble with his new printer. Is that right, David?
Oh.
So Ron, you've been doing any flying around or anything?
yeah, I actually, when I had my buddy up in the Bighorns, about a week and a half ago, I took my drone and he was just tickled to death that it we were down inside this canyon, and I broke. I should say this on live stream, but I broke a few rules. I was in the middle of absolutely nowhere, but I was.
You bent the rules, not broke them.
Yeah, just altered to them a little bit. Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
was at 1,000 AGL, and I still was not up out of the canyon. Yeah, but I got photographs of us, you know, from 1,000 AGL, and yeah. So yeah, I was out practicing a little bit. I mean, I leave for Alaska in a couple months, and taking my drone up there again.
You going same place or somewhere different?
Not the same place as the last trip last year, but the place from 2 years ago, the fishing lodge that I've been to. This will be trip number 4.
Uh-huh.
But the weird thing about that, Mark, is that the first 2 years up there, everything was fine. I used to see a ton of black bear. And last time I was up there, I saw absolutely no black bear, but a lot of signs that there were a lot of brown, in other words, the coastal brown bears were coming in, and the black bears will like, okay, we're out of here. So I'm curious how things are now.
So you're talking about nature's way of segregating, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, when those big brown bears comes in, they're kind of king of the jungle.
Well, they're much bigger. They're like twice the size of a black bear, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're huge. Yeah, but I'm gonna go up and a couple days before everybody else, do some drone flying, take my cameras. Just I kind of like to be left alone when I do photographing like that. That way there nobody's bugging me and saying, "Hey, come on, hurry up, land the drone, put the camera away."
Yeah.
So is a grizzly a brown bear then?
Pretty much, yeah, the same. They call them the coastal brown bears or the Kodiak bears up in Alaska.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they're pretty much
I've heard of,
the same thing
I've
as
heard
the
them
lower
called.
I've heard of the
Kodiak.
Kodiaks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are bigger. Those bears get up to 1,500 pounds. They're
Gee.
huge.
You know, you need a big pickup to bring one of them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an even bigger room to put it in.
Dominic, did I hear you were in the hospital, or
Yes, I am actually, yeah.
what's going on with you? If you don't.
Gallbladder pancreatitis.
Oh shoot.
They're deciding when they're going to take it out.
Yeah, they're just deciding what the deal is at the moment, because
Oh.
the creatine protein that I've got is far too high, and they want to probably yank it out or do something with it to get that protein level down. So I'm just going to sit here and do this for the next couple of days until I.
Yeah, go to a lot of
Mm.
live streams, huh?
Yes, I have been.
Yeah,
No
Ron, I
more
told
than-
him earlier,
no
I said,
more
we got
than
some
usual.
alcohol in the night. We can do it.
What's that?
Yeah.
I told him earlier, I said, if Ron and I live closer, we have alcohol and a couple of knives, we could take care of it.
Yeah, won't hurt a bit.
Now,
Mm.
if you just place the shotgun barrel in the right place and pull the trigger, it'll take it out.
I've got some new critters here.
Oh, do you?
Oh, great.
Yeah, if you remember a few months ago, I had a bobcat that was hiding under my porch, and now I've got a mountain lion. I've got Prince.
Oh, wonderful.
I
Jesus.
was barbecuing one night, and I come out the next morning out on that side porch. I'm like, where did these prints come from? And the boards on my deck are 2x8. Well, those prints were taking up at least half, if not more, of the width of those boards.
Oh. Oh.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's a big print.
So you just.
He's like, yeah, you got a mountain lion. And then I just
So you-
confirmed with a neighbor a couple days ago that they actually saw
Yeah.
it. So
How big did they say it was?
He's
he's
saying, here, kitty, kitty,
100
kitty, kitty.
125. They said big cat. Well, they got lots to feed from here. They got all their food sources here, their turkey and their deer and but
Well, yeah, that should help you get rid of all them turkeys that you were worried about.
Yeah.
yeah, that could be one
Yeah.
one resolution to the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I missed the one that you had that was your buddy,
Yeah, Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah, he was a good boy. And then I had this gigantic Great Pyrenees, pure white, show up at my house the other day, and he's been hanging around. Stupid me fed him, gave him goodies, and he's come back to visit. He's such a pretty dog. He's probably 150 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Just a big, dopey, friendly.
Is it neighborhood?
I don't know where. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's one of the dogs from down the street, down the road. They have a lot of sheep. The one rancher has a bunch of sheep, and they have two of them. I've seen, but that's been like 3-4 miles away. But I'm assuming that's one of their dogs, but they're sheep dogs, and they just lay out there and keep an eye on the sheep. But yeah, they've been venturing away. He's such a pretty dog, all white.
Yeah, Lloyd's got one.
Yeah. Yep.
And my mum, she went on a religious pilgrimage to Lourdes in France, and
Oh, okay.
tripped over one, and went, "What the hell's that doing here?" Then thought, "Hang on a minute, Lourdes is in the middle of the Pyrenees." Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I thought when you said Lords, I thought you was going to the cricket.
The cricket ground.
Yeah, the Lords
Yeah.
cricket. That's what I thought you said. I thought, aren't you going to Lords? I'm going, okay, so watching the cricket then. Oh shit.
Justin, you still on?
Yeah.
How's Sarah doing?
She
in the
has
hospital or something.
Graves' disease, which is
Yep.
it's just thyroid. I mean, you
Yeah.
probably know what that is.
Yep.
So they're just deciding, they got her on medication now. It's kind of leveled out a little bit. They're just
Mhm.
deciding whether they want to take it out or not. So,
Yeah.
other than that, she's doing good. So she's feeling a lot better than she was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So
Justin, you were in the hospital not too long ago too. He had a pipe stuck up him.
a kidney stone.
Uh,
Oh, we've got kidney stones, gallstones. God, everybody's
Don't-
having a.
Don't try to
Having a
one up me,
hospital run.
Dominic.
Stone Age.
I've got 2 of them. I've got kidney
That's
stones
it.
and gallstones, so I'm winning.
And Joe had the Rolling Stones the other week.
Yeah, I had the Rolling Stones. and
But
we-
you win. You win, Joe. You had the Rolling Stones. You win.
yeah.
No, you don't win it with the Rolling Stones. You only win with the Bee Gees.
Oh, okay. So you got the Bee Gees then?
Yeah, you win again.
Yes. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Kind of neat. I was down there at Devil's Tower the other night. It was dark in really dark in a couple of places I was at. But ran into a guy. There were a lot of you wouldn't believe the amount of photographers down there the other night at 11 o'clock at night. But ran into a guy. He was just retired from the FBI. It's pretty cool. He had some good stories.
Ron, do you still go to that cafe where you got the hot little honey there?
No, I haven't been in there probably about a year. I mean, she's not there anymore. She
no.
moved.
She's not there anymore?
No. So I stopped coming. Apparently, a lot of other customers stopped too.
So what you're saying is you only went there for the dessert.
Yeah, I didn't go there for the food. The food actually was terrible. Yeah. Yeah.
You know where she went? Did she go to California or?
No, she went to the eastern side of South Dakota.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd she do? Go off with a boyfriend or what?
No, her daughter lives over there.
Oh,
Her daughter was going through some issues or something, but yeah.
so
Yeah, I liked her.
mommy dearest went, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Ron, Friday night, they actually, in Covington, about 15 miles north of me, they saw the Northern Lights. So Saturday night, I went up there on a property that I shot for real estate. And it's 4.5 acres out in the boonies. And I waited till about 9:30 at night because they said it was happening around sunset. I waited till about 9:30 before I finally left. And it wound up being at midnight. That's what really gets me. But it was so dark out there, I was leaning on my car and I couldn't see my car.
Yeah.
That was,
And-
it was
Instead of-
crazy.
Instead of
And-
catching the Northern Lights, he caught 5 bass.
Andy looked out in the woods and saw eyes looking back at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something rustling in the bushes. So I hit the flashlight over there and it looked like 2 raccoons sitting in the bushes.
Mm.
I said,
I
y'all
was
stay
gonna
over there.
launch the drone the other night and try that hyper light.
Hyperlapse.
Or it's called hyper light mode on the Mavic 2. It's kind of like a night mode, but either that or just try, the same settings I was using on the camera, but try and do like a 360. But it was getting late and I had to work the next morning. I'm like, it was already pushing 11 o'clock at night. I'm like,
And
"Oh,
you got to drive to get back home.
yeah, it's up where I was at. It's about a half-hour drive. Yeah, it's like I have the drone and everything in the car. I should have took it, but I didn't. Or I didn't fly it actually. Yeah,
Well,
but it was
Joe,
really pretty up there.
Joe got the new Avata too. He's loving that.
Oh,
It's amazing how many people put their drones up so they could see the Northern Lights, knowing that the Keplerian index was that high.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
if
I just
You know,
say
I-
fuck around and find out.
Mark, I do remember reading or hearing something about. I belong to an Aurora forecast group, and but they're saying that this whole year of 2024, this is not the only one. You're going to see more of this.
Oh yeah,
So, but they say this year there's going to be a lot of geomagnetic storms.
yeah. Oh, the solar flares that they showed coming out of the sun on Friday were huge.
Yeah. Justin, did you see it? Because they said they were clear down as far as Tampa.
I didn't see him, no. I went outside and looked a couple times. I didn't see anything.
They actually
Yeah.
say that when the KP index gets up to 9, it's possible or could be possible to see the Northern Lights from the equator.
Wow.
Well, they saw him over in Australia too, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, they're the Southern Lights, not the Northern Lights.
Yeah, but I mean,
Different-
they
Different
saw,
thing.
They saw Borealis.
Yeah, but it's over the South Pole, not the North Pole. It's coming from a completely different direction. Same effect, different place.
Actually, you get more vibrant colours in the southern. Purples and pinks.
We got pinks and greens and blues.
Oh, we got purple, blues, and greens.
Paul,
Mm.
how's Lynn doing? I haven't talked to her in about 2-3
You
weeks.
should give her a call. I don't talk to her anymore.
What?
She blew me off.
Well, that's a shame that
She
You
won't
guys
even
are
take. She
longtime
won't even
friends.
take a phone call from me. So it is what it is,
well, maybe you should stop over there. You guys have been friends too long.
She won't answer the door. And I'm not going to go over there and fight with her, So But it is what it is. But, you know, she probably would like to hear from you, Rod.
Oh, I talk to her every 2-3 weeks. I kind of update her with Dawn, and
Sure.
Damn it, no.
A lot of people wonder about Don.
yeah, he you know, funny thing with him, the little county that we live in, they actually have a thing called senior services, and it's quite impressive. The first month cost you $50. The preceding months cost you 20, but you get a life alert. They brought him 2 weeks worth of meals to put in the freezer. They provide walkers, wheelchairs, people to take you to doctor's appointments. And anyhow, for probably 3 weeks, I found out about this, and I presented it to him, and he got real pissy with me one day. His exact words were, "I don't care to entertain this conversation." So, I don't know if you guys remember back about 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, when he was really going downhill. I contacted his family, and they came from all around the nation. They came from as far as Poland. His nephew or his son-in-law was on deployment. The Red Cross got him here from Poland. They saw what I meant. They were all here for about 2 weeks, grandkids and son-in-laws, and oh my God, he had a house full. Well, the girlfriend came for a second time in a month from California. And I found it kind of funny in a small way, but right after he mouthed off to me about not caring to entertain that idea,
Down here.
he had a fall in the kitchen, in the living room one day, and the girlfriend said, "You're going to lay there for a while." And she wouldn't help him up. He lay there for about 20 minutes. And she just sat there and on the couch and said, "You're going to stay there. And then I want you to realize when I leave in a couple of days, when you're by yourself, this is what it's going to be like." The very next day, he called. They came up, they interviewed him, brought all the stuff. And the very next night after that is when he actually used it. And his O2 saturations were in the 60s, which is not good. So that's another reason I've been around, guys. I just been working around the clock, and then getting calls at 2, 3, 4 in the morning from him. I'm just so fried.
Yeah, well, I can see it in your face. You're getting worn out, Ron.
I am just totally exhausted. Just getting no sleep, and no, but anyhow, they came and got him and took him down to this little rinky-dink hospital called Sundance, Wyoming, famous for Butch Cassidy and Sundance and the Sundance Kid. You remember that?
Yeah.
And the hospital only has about eight rooms. Yeah. But he got the best care that he's gotten in years. There was a nurse practitioner in there that not only took care of him in the emergency room, but then was his primary care physician afterwards. And she is so damn intelligent. I've actually took her aside, spoke to her personally. She's actually going to come over to my job sometime in the next couple months and teach a class, just because she's so intelligent. But she changed his whole course of medical plans. But unfortunately, the other night, he had chest pain. He went into an atrial fibrillation, which is a very irregular heart rate, and then it was actually well above 100. It was pushing about 150.
Wow.
So they had to give him some medicines to calm that down, and There's only two ways to calm that down, either by medicine or electricity, and Joe knows
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, you're there to shock him.
Yeah. Anyhow, they
Stop it and start it again.
yeah. But then they took him to Billings, Montana, famous place called the Billings Clinic, huge hospital. They're actually associated with the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. If you're familiar with the Mayo Clinic, they're like the Mac Daddy of hospitals in the whole US. But so that's where he's at now. I had a long consultation with the cardiologist yesterday. Don said he was coming and wanted me to be on the phone when the doctor talked to him. So the doctor came in to visit him yesterday. So they're going to try a cardiac cath. I just don't know how he's going to do with that. So I talked to the doctor more about his history that Don did not reveal. And the doctor was like, this is good to know. We're going to try a couple other things and check a few other things first. He goes, Ron, I'm glad I talked to you. So, but I don't know what the future holds, guys. I'm trying to prepare myself for that phone call. You know, that says,
Yeah.
Well, Joe's in the same boat. His special aunt is really bad.
My cousin.
Your
Yeah, my
cousin.
cousin's like my second mother. I got a call today. She fell. She's been in a wheelchair for a while. She's been on dialysis for 20 years. She had Crohn's disease. She had a lot of medical history. And when I talked to her about 10 days, 12 days ago, she was saying, yeah, she hates the wheelchair, but she's trying to walk a little bit and all of this. And then she was going to dialysis, got out the wheelchair, was waiting for Bobby to take her to dialysis, got up, walked out to the street to get a newspaper and fell in the street, broke her hip.
ouch.
So broke the hip, got her in there. They fixed the hip. Then between the medication, and everything, she got impacted. So they had to go in and operate on her for that, and found a hole in the colon and had to go and work on that. And then all the stuff started kicking in, all the infections. And he called me today, and I didn't even know about it. It's been since Saturday, a week ago. And I took off and went to the hospital, and she's probably got maybe 24, 48 hours.
Oh, really?
You know, they actually taken off all the antibiotics and everything. I walked in the room and I could hear the fluid in the lungs, you know. I mean, as soon as I walked in the room with people talking, I looked over at Robert. He's a paramedic. He's a head of West Wego. We used to work together a lot. That's the son. And he's like a brother of mine. She's like my mom. And I just looked over and I went, in the lungs? And he goes, yeah. And he said, you heard that? I said, I heard it when I walked in the door.
Yeah.
You can hear that rattle.
Mm.
And they said they were going to stop all the fluids. She hasn't eaten in 6 days. And they're not going to give her any nutrition right now because they're trying to get as much fluid out of her as possible to see if the body will react and get the fluid out the lungs.
Mm.
But they're saying we'll know in 24 hours what's going to happen, basically. But they can't put her in dialysis. They said, because I didn't see her blood pressure, but they said it's so low. They said, we put her on dialysis, we lose her.
You know what, guys, keep this all in this gang here, but Don had another bear hunt scheduled in Canada. You know, he and I went there last May.
Mm.
And he gave $2,000 deposit to the outfitter, who is a good friend of the guy I work for, the outfitter I work for. Don planned on coming back. Now, last year at the time, I still have my old job. And my plans were to come up, go with him. As a friend, I was not going to hunt, but I was just going to go with him. And over the past 3 months, 4 months, he's still bound and determined. I'm going on this bear hunt still. Well, between my outfitter boss and myself, we have been talking to the outfitter up there, telling him about Don's condition. And he's like, I can't have this in my business. I can't have somebody that medically
challenged.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean though. So he actually replaced him and put another hunter in, because it only takes so many hunters a season. He goes, Ron, I've already replaced him. Well, Don didn't know that. I'm like, shit. So I was trying to think of a way to break to him, like, how am I going to tell him? Just, less than a week or two ago, he like, I haven't decided whether I'm still going to Canada or not. And finally, the other day, he broke down and said, I know I can't go. I want you to go in my place and you can have my hunt and I'll pay for it. And I'm like, I can't go, but I just glad that I'm not the one that had to tell him,
Well, will the people up there refund his money to him or
I
no?
hope they do. I don't know whether they will. And Jason's a pretty good guy. I'm hoping he does.
Well, if he replaced
Well,
it
if
with
he
somebody,
replaced it, he
not
should
losing
do.
anything.
But yeah, I would have liked to have done. That was probably one of the better hunting memories ever. I
Yeah,
remember.
but you enjoy going hunting with somebody special,
Yeah.
somebody going with you.
Yeah.
It's no fun to go hunting, I don't think, in your mind, by yourself.
No. I remember when it took us 2 days to get home last year. We got home at his place about 10 o'clock at night, and I made him go in the house. I unloaded all 40 oxygen bottles, his suitcases, his guns, his camera gear. Next you know, it's 11 o'clock, and I live about 20 minutes from Don. But he come out in the porch, as I was leaving. I said, Don, I got to go home. I'm dead tired. But he come out. Paul, I'll never forget this, but he just come out and he looked at me in the face and he said, his exact words were, he goes, thank you, my friend. He said, that was the best hunting trip of my life. And he got a little teary-eyed. I could see it in the dark. We're out on the front porch at 11.
Well, usually when you get into that stage of life, you kind of know you're not going to go again. You may hope to go again.
Yeah.
But I think that at the end of that hunt, he knew it wasn't going to happen again.
Yeah. I still got, as you guys see, that Paul Hodges' brother, that picture's right here.
Yep.
Still up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging there with that Henry rifle. Drone shots. No fun if they can't shoot back.
Yes, it is.
Sorry about before, Paul, when I had to leave. Laura's mum looks like she's going to be out, but hopefully next week.
Oh, good. She's
Yeah.
going to be good enough to go home?
Yeah, she's going to have a lot of things put in place, but they're telling her she's a very lucky woman.
That's good to hear. That's got to make Laura feel better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Except kind of puts a burden on Laura to take care of Mom still, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of, but Laura's in her own world at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you give her our best.
You'll probably see her before I do.
Justin, are you going to go do games tonight?
Probably not.
Part time.
Because I think we've about said it all here.
No, there's still plenty more to say.
Yep, time to shut
Oh,
it
you
down.
guys.
Dominic says shut it down.
Shut it down.
Dominic, go to your room.
Must have a hot nurse coming in the room,
I wish.
getting another sponge bath.
How many sponge baths have you had, Dominic?
None. I have my own showers.
Okay, you
Wow.
don't get sponge baths when you can stand on your own free will.
Yeah, which is a shame.
I'd be faking it.
Dominic, use an old phrase that I tried once. I got in trouble with my
Uh,
ex-wife, but
I get this.
when I had my surgery, the little student nurse came in to give me a so-called bed bath, and I told her, I said, "You might as well get naked too." I said, "It's gonna get all wet and sloppy in here." And she ran out of the room scared. And then the charge nurse came in and gave me hell, then told on me to my wife. None of that worked out in my favor.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
No win-win there.
Nope, that was a lose-lose. It was good seeing
Yeah,
you
buddy.
guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ron, good seeing you
Hey,
too.
take care.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
see you on.
we're
See you
gonna,
all later.
we're gonna say
Yeah.
adieu.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I'm gonna go and
Bye-bye.
find a 3D pen because, as
Bye.
you can see, my 3D print's got a freaking hole in it where the
Okay,
filament got tangled.
Yeah.
okay, all right,
Yep.
Dominic, we'll see ya. Joe,
Bye bye.
take care, my friend.
Oh, well,
Mark,
Bye, everybody.
have a good one. And Justin,
Okay.
we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
what,